Hi, my name is Sasha and welcome back to my channel Sasha Reads, and this is my March wrap up. Okay, March is over. We're now into April. Talk about the books I read in March. I read 14 books, which is really exciting, which was 3,901 pages, apparently. I owned 2 of the books. I read physically 2 of the books. 3 of the books were by BIPOC authors, and 11 of the books had queer representation, which is very exciting. I did a lot of arcs. Oh, would we say a lot? No, we did 4 out of 14. I guess that's not bad. But let's just start off with the first book I read, and that was She's a Keeper by Ali K. Mulford. It's her first romantic debut. It's a rom-com set in a zoo, and you've got a bunch of siblings named after birds. It was really cute. So this one was focusing on Lark, who was like a middle child, but had very big older sister syndrome. Like she just couldn't let go. She had to make sure everything was perfect, and she had to just look after her siblings all the time, even though she's got 2 older siblings, 1 older sister and 1 older brother. I think that's like only gripe about the book, but like they're fictional characters. But yeah, so we've got Luck, and then you've got Lachlan, who has come to the zoo on an internship because he just got dumped, or he dumped someone back in New Zealand, and he's like just having him some me time. So he goes and starts working at the zoo, and then he meets Lark, and it's sort of like a Grumpy Sunshine where she's the grumpy, which was really cool. There is like instant attraction, but nothing really happens probably about maybe 50% of the way through. Like they both have a lot of issues to work through. She will feel bad if she starts dating someone because like she's got to like focus on the zoo, because the zoo is failing financially. So she's trying to like make sure it doesn't fail because it's her father's zoo, but he's dead, and so she's trying to like make sure it stays alive for his memory, sort of thing. But yeah, I really liked these 2. I have a full review on my Instagram and Goodreads. I did do a vlog for it, but you probably haven't seen it yet because I am shite at editing vlogs right now.
You are the worst thing.
I gave that one 4 stars. And then yeah, so that was one of my art. I really do love this author though. They are so fun, so down to earth, and yes. I then read Broken Out by the Human by L.E. Eldridge. So this is one of her monster romances. This was another arc, which is very exciting. I thought I was like doing so well with my arcs, and then it kind of went downhill from there. This is male, and you've got this guy who's just working in like this antique shop, and this vase shows up, and he accidentally breaks it, but a genie pops out, and the genie and him kind of just stick together. Like the dude is like, I don't want to make any wishes right now, so you're just gonna have to stick with me, sort of thing. And they sort of form a little relationship, and it's really cute. I really love Lexi's books because they're just so cozy. There's not really any high stakes. They're queer. I think the first book isn't very queer, but the second book with the Kraken, and then this one with the genie, I love it. And yeah, it was a fun time, and you should definitely pick up this author's work. I then did a buddy read with Tracy, who is one of my lovely friends here on YouTube, and she's been a follower for a long time. I don't know, very long time. But she gifted me this book for Christmas, and we decided to buddy read it in March, and that is All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. I know what I said. I said I'll probably never ever read another Zapata because Wait For It was just too slow burn. I just wasn't a fan. I retract those statements. I really enjoyed this book. I love the single dad trope. It seems like Mariana Zapata does that a lot because Wait For It had also a single parent trope. So we've got single parent, we've got age gap, and it's slow burn, but I don't know. It just felt like I was wrapped up in a warm blanket, and it was just really nice. Like, I really do enjoy these 2. I think you've got Aurora, and then yeah, Roads. See, play on words. But yeah, so this was 4 stars as well. I really enjoyed it. I listened to the audiobook as well, and it was just a really fun time. And yeah, I think I definitely will pick up another one. So if you have read Mariana Zapata and you know, if I didn't like Wait for It, but I liked this, what do you think I should pick up next? I do have From Luke Off with Love, but also the superhero book is kind of calling my name. So let me know. I then read / listened to Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers by Jesse Sutanto. This was kindly gifted to me by the publisher back when, was it last year it was published? Yes. So, and I finally got around to it, and it was very a nice coincidence because it was Kayla's book club pick for Literally Dead Book Club. This was so fun. This was probably, I think this was my first 5-star read for the month. I just love a very grumpy nanny. Like, she's not grumpy, but she was annoying. But I just love that. Like, when nanas are annoying, she was just trying to get into everybody's business. And I did like the sort of mystery aspect to it. When you find out who the killer was, I was like, interesting, because I thought it was that person, but then I was like, nah, like, that's weird. Like, but then, yeah, it was really cool. Jesse Sutanto just has a really great way of writing mysteries. So, yeah, if you want I'd say like a mystery comedy mystery, that's what Jesse Sutanto writes, comedy mystery. It was then time for the Trans Rights Readathon. I do have a vlog for that. I'm not sure when I'm going to be getting that up. Sorry again. But I was in a kind of a slump. Like, Trans Rights Readathon was like the last week of March, and Vera Wong was my 5th book. I don't know when I read that, but I read that earlier on. But I started off with Lumberjanes Volume 2 by Andy Stevenson and Grace Ellis, I think, are the 2 main people that worked on this graphic novel. It was fun. It was supernaturally, it does give me supernatural vibes, like if it was like more fun, like and lighthearted, not just, yeah. Anyway, so I read that, gave it 4 stars. I then finished In the Care of Magic by Robin Jo Margaret. So this isn't a romance because it doesn't really end in a happy ever after, because one of the characters is a romantic. So that was different to read about. I'm still trying to comprehend it. Not the a romantic, just what this book was, because it is smutty and it's erotic, but it doesn't end in a happy ever after. Like, they remain friends. They probably keep sleeping with each other. But this is about a witch. She's at this town and she feels like she's being taken granted for. Is that how you say it? Anyway. And so she takes some time for herself and she summons this sex demon, and they give her the time of her life. And they keep coming back, and it was fun. I gave it 4 stars. This does have plus size rep as well as queer rep, because a romantic demon, and the demon also goes by Zem, the XE pronoun. I then read a contender for best book of the month, and that is Lake Law by Anna Marie McLemore. I love this book. I need to get my own copy because this is a library copy. But this is a YA about 2 trans boys who met when they were younger, but one of them moved away, or one of them was, anyway, they met like for a brief moment, and then one was moved away, and then 7 years later he moves back. It's just about their relationship, but also there's something weird happening. The lake. We also have ADHD rep as well as dyslexia rep, and like I said, yep, 2 trans boys, so they're also like working through that together as well. And I really did enjoy it, and I really need more. I love my speculative fiction, magical realism. Oh, so good. I then listened to Into the Riverlands by Ni Vo. I'm giving that one 5 stars as well. Ni Vo just has a way with words. So they write these short novellas about this cleric called She, and how they wander across the land and grab stories from people. I still think Tigers is probably my favorite, but Into the Riverlands, I just love the female empowerment that most of these stories have. I then read Two for Tea by C.M. Nascosta. So this is another monster romance. This one was probably the least smutty by this author I've read from, because it really more focuses on the mental health of our main character, on how they are trying to like deal with their grief, because her father died a while ago, and now they've moved into this place where the father has never lived, and so she's just trying to deal with that, and she ends up going to this tea shop because she's also a witch, but because she flunked out of witch university, she's kind of just lost her way. And yeah, you got the tea shop, and the tea shop owner is this shadow creature. They kind of strike up a friendship, and then it turns into something more. There was a side character that I took a liking to, so I'm wanting to read more about her, and I think there is a story about her somewhere on the internet, so I'm excited to find that. I then read Easy Tiger by Ali K. Mulford. This was another E-arc, and this is the second novel in the Prickle Island Zoo series, first one being She's a Keeper. So Easy Tiger focuses on Lark's older brother Hawk, and then you've got Hannah, also ADHD rep in this one, but Hannah, she is kind of failing at life. Her mum wants to sell her home and like start living in a cottage thing, but she's not going to sell it because she still wants a room for Hannah if Hannah needs to move back in, because like she won't have a job or won't have money to save her and stuff like that. So Hannah takes this really sketchy journalistic job at Prickle Island Zoo to try and dig some dirt up to pretty much take Prickle Island Zoo down. And then you've got Hawk, who, being the oldest brother, he wants to keep his dad's name alive in the zoo and like try to save the zoo and stuff. And yeah, so those two strike up a sort of thing. And I really didn't like the lying in this. I don't like lying in my books, so I wasn't really a big fan of Hannah not telling Hawk the truth, and then eventually when she did, it was a big blow up and blah blah blah. The sexy scenes in this weren't bad. I think She's a Keeper is still my favorite, but I'm excited for the next book because it's focusing on the older sister Finch, who is lesbian, so I'm very excited for that. I then read Welcome to St. Hell by Lewis Hancock. This is a graphic memoir of Lewis as a trans man in his teenage years, and just how he was trying to circumnavigate life as a girl, but then realizing that he's not a girl. Also, yeah, growing up in the 90s as a trans kid is just very difficult and stuff. So I gave that one 5 stars. And then I read my favorite book of the month, and that is When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. So this is a beautiful fantasy romance with dragons, and so you've got this girl, she's an assassin, and one time on a job, she like meets this guy, and she like can't really get rid of him. He follows her because he thinks she's someone else, and she's like, dude, like, I'm not her, go away, sort of thing. Anyway, so she gets captured, and then the guy comes back into the prison and like frees her, and then it's their journey from there. There's lots of secrets, but like secrets in the way of like you got flashbacks and you're not sure who they are connected to in the present. It gets revealed later on. The lyrical prose of this author and just the way she writes her romance is just I love it. If you're a fan of what's that book called? Oh, it's by Laini Taylor, the YA series by Laini Taylor. If you're a fan of that, I think you'd be a fan of this one. And then I do have a vlog for these next 2 books because it was just a fun 24-hour reading vlog. I read Railed by the Easter Bunny and Banging the Easter Bunny, both by Dahlia Davies. I gave the first one 3 stars and the second one 4 stars. If you want to hear all of my thoughts about this, I will link that reading vlog up above and down below for you. But yes, those are all the books that I read in March. Let me know down below, what was your favorite book of March? I would love to know. And if you did get to the end of this video, pop a dragon emoji in the comments below for When the Moon Hatched. But yes, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Bye.